Testing 1 2, testing. Good morning, team. Johnny here. Back with another live day trading session. I do apologize for being a little bit late here. Time got away from me this morning, but we are here. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. It is 7:41 my time. Markets opened about 10 minutes ago. QQQ selling off this morning to lows of 620. Been selling off all morning so far. And yeah, Bitcoin pushing up to 95, which is insane. It broke out of that range overnight from 95,000 to 95,900. MSTR pushing up to 184 today. QQQ going off, selling off even more, down to 620. So we'll see if this goes even lower. Definitely can. It looks like it got rejected right off of that moving average. So we're going to see some new lows today. Nasdaq market is getting rejected. Bitcoin is pushing up. So it's interesting to see. It's testing 96,000 for Bitcoin right here, 96,000. We'll see what happens. It's very volatile. Again, breaking out a nice 3 stages of reversal. We were trading it within that 89,000 to 91,000 range, and now it is breaking out. We'll see if we get a breakout at this level or if we get a strong rejection on Bitcoin. Some of these indicators now, they're still important, but again, we were trading it on these different levels and patterns. Had a breakout. And MSTR, same thing. MSTR was trading between like 155 and 170. It did have a breakout here, which means MSTZ is down to $11 right now. $11, breaking that support. We've been trading this company probably for the last, what, 2 weeks? Maybe even 3 weeks now. We traded it 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks in December. So we've been probably trading it for over a month. I already had it up. So if I go here to trading record, as you can see, trading it literally every single day and pulling money out of this company for quite some time, buying the low, selling the high, all the way back since December 5th. So literally 5 weeks of just pulling money out of MSTZ. Look at all those trades, daily trading it, making quite a bit of money, and now it's selling off. So be very cautious and aware. These are not companies that you want to hold overnight. That's definitely for sure. So we want to make sure we do our part by locking in profits and not holding these companies for too long. WSP Mr. Johnny by Andrew. I don't have MSTZ on my thing. Andrew, where are you from? Are you United States or are you in a different country? Texas. Okay, well then you should have MSTZ. Not that you would want to trade it anyways right now because, you know, Bitcoin is pushing. Now if we get a nice pullback, I use Cash App. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm not sure it's gonna be on Cash App, my friend. It's a double leveraged inverse ETF, which basically means someone created this to short MSTR. Now you might have MSTR. Go ahead and take a look at that. Do you have MSTR, which is micro strategies? Let's see if we get a nice pullback here at 96. I do. Okay. If you're able to short MSTR, it would make sense to short it when you can. but it's very risky. I mean, look at this thing. It pushed up to 96. Now, I want to remind you, we're supposed to learn more about Trump's tariff decision today. There is a big expectation that the Supreme Court's going to be against it. And, what if they don't? I mean, this is creating a lot of volatility in the market right now. Yeah, this thing is extremely bullish, guys. We want to be very careful. The markets don't seem to like it, uh, but Bitcoin does. I have a lot on Tall Education Group, and my Bitcoin sold yesterday for 10 again. I wanted to hold it, but I had an auto sell at 94. Hey, that's okay. As long as you made some money, that's all that matters. No one can predict the future. No one can predict these stock movements. MSTR to 185, MSTZ down to 10. Yeah, look at this. They broke that support structure. So we're not going to be trading this anytime soon. That is definitely for sure. MSTR to 186. Look at that. It broke its moving average resistance. Finally broke its resistance. Now pushing up to 186.50. Bitcoin pushing up to 96. Good thing we did not take that trade today. QQQ testing the moving average at 619.80. We'll see if it can hold above this moving average on the 4-hour chart, or will QQQ continue to sell off and break that average. QQQ pushing up from 63 to 67. Trump's Supreme Court decision today. Bitcoin pushing. I wonder what's happening. I wonder what does somebody know, or who knows what about what's going to happen now, as far as Bitcoin goes. I'm curious to see. MSTR 187. Strategy director buys MSTR for first time in 3.5 years. Here's why that matters. MicroStrategy trades like Bitcoin Fund. Interesting. Why is it running so much? Director Carl Rickardson recently broke a 3.5-year pattern for only selling stock, buying 5,000 shares after the stock crashed. If this is the news that's creating MSTR to run, that is ridiculous. It's not very impressive news, just somebody bought some Bitcoin. Yeah, so somebody bought some Bitcoin. Woo. That's why it's running? There's no way. 188.20. That is amazing. MSTZ is at 1048. Holy moly. Yeah. Very risky trade here. Ooh, look at that. 188.50. 9 minutes until major news gets released. 9 minutes, guys. So at 8 o'clock my time, they will be releasing some news. Maybe they want to try to get a pump before the news comes out. Maybe if someone knows it's good news. MSTR up to 189. BTC pushing up to 96.5. But the overall market sold off today. So that's very interesting to see. Microsoft down 1.3%, Tesla down 1.5%, Google down almost 1%, Apple down after trying to push up, Amazon down 1.5%, Lulu down after a nice run up, Nvidia down almost 2%, guys. China customs agent told Nvidia H200 chips are not permitted, so China will not be allowing any of Nvidia's chips into the country as of right now. Hood down 1.84%. PayPal is up. Says Intel is up 1.8% from yesterday's low. So Intel is running. See if that can hold. This might be a nice trade. 48.20 to 49.40. That's about $1 per share. Chipotle up almost 1%. SoFi down 2.63%, hitting that support. We'll see if it could bounce off of this support level. If it can, it could push up higher. If it can't, this thing will sell off. LUNR also pushing up off of that moving average. We have 7 minutes. Sound selling off. Bull holding. Open selling off past that support, so that does not validate a strong support. Validates a strong resistance though. Wow, amazing. QQQ down to 619.40. Huge drop for the NASDAQ market. NASDAQ is down 1%. Bitcoin up to 96.6. MSTR gonna be hitting 190. I would love the opportunity to short MSTR, but not at right now, this moment. If we get some kind of major pullback from Bitcoin, because again, Bitcoin is pushing up, QQQ is selling off. So there's an inverse going on there. Usually they're somewhat together. They used to be inverse, and then they traded well together, and now they're inverted again. So MSTR up to 190. MSTZ is looking really good at $10. We're going to give it some time. Extremely overbought. We have way more sellers here at 190 than we do buyers. MACD is extremely open, trying to curl over. Extremely overbought on the RSI indicator. I'd love to see a significant drop here. We got 5 minutes if this is set for 10 o'clock. This news report about Trump. Again, news can affect the overall market, so we want to make sure we do our part by being aware of that, waiting to see what will happen, because that is something that can influence the market. Here we go. Here we're going to get some rejection here now from Bitcoin. A slight rejection, or is it going to push up? Here we go. MSTZ up to 1030. I don't know. This could be just a small pullback here. Bitcoin's still pushing higher, potentially. Let's see for today. Trying to see if I can. Here we go, breaking below 188 to 187.70. 1050 for MSTZ. Is Bitcoin going to come down pretty hard? A very risky trade here, guys. We're going to be patient for the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes. See if we actually get news at 8 o'clock. Man, that's amazing. Let's see, it looks like it's finding a little bit of resistance around 96.6. Just hit 96.8. Bring this up to here. A nice sell-off. 187. Trump tariff decision will be released at 8. The Supreme Court's going to decide if his tariffs are legal or illegal. So that can definitely have an impact on the overall market, Bitcoin, a lot of things. So Bitcoin is falling. I'd like to see it touch this EMA. Doesn't have to, but it definitely could. But MSTZ way too late. Oh, I'm glad you're able to find the company. $10.15 to $10.66. What was your entry level? If you bought around the 10 mark, you're already up 50 to 60 cents. What's your average share price on MSTZ? Oh, MSTR. Yeah, I've been there, my friend. The trade was yesterday. Yesterday at 160s, when it broke out of 170s, that would have been the trade. People are now locking in profits where you're buying. 177 also could have been a nice entry. 177 to 190, that's $13 per share, or 7%. Now it's pulling back, giving back already $5 per share. Got to be careful with that. We do not want to buy at the high. We don't want to FOMO just because we think it can go higher. And it can, it could technically go higher. Doesn't have to though. QQQ is selling off all the way down to 617. 617.70 on QQQ. So something is happening. Something is definitely happening here. Markets are selling off. Bitcoin pushed up to 96,800. Starting to get that curl over effect here, so we could see more upward momentum in a minute from Bitcoin, or some more selling pressure, but it looks like it's going to curl over, which means MSTR will push back up. Now if you had some courage buying at 1020 to 1090, that would have been 80 cents a share. 100 shares. Gonna give it a little time here. It's 8:01. Looks like Bitcoin is gonna push a little bit higher. QQQ pushing up. So the move was here when it got rejected off of moving average. And when Bitcoin caught resistance, that would have been the trade right there. Now if we break EMA, this 45 EMA at 11, I would consider buying it from 11 to basically 12. And not every day needs to be a trade. Just because we're day traders doesn't mean we have to trade every single day, right? Sometimes not taking a trade and being conscious of it is trading. But yeah, full dollar recovery off of MSTZ. Finding some sort of support here at 10.12. So 10.12 could be a new support level. Looks like it's doing very well here. If it breaks EMA and starts to come down, then I will short MSTR. Big drop by Bitcoin. See if we get a bounce off of this level. Doesn't look like we're going to. Yeah, that was a beautiful move. I thought about taking an entry around 10.20. Should have went with my instinct on it. Should have went with my gut feeling on that one. Yep, would have been nice to short right there. Bitcoin selling off. I'm going to take 50 shares right here. $50 shares is a light position. Let's get that drop. Yeah, that was the move, guys. 100 shares. There we go. There's a little bit of a drop there. Gonna add a few more. Again, only about $1,000. Bitcoin pushing up off of that 45 EMA. Love to see a little bit more of a drop here. Doesn't look like we're gonna get it. Bitcoin pushing to 96.4. Do I take my $3 loss? Hey, that's not bad. $3 is not bad, guys. Waiting for some news here. Very risky trade. Yeah, see, I did the same thing. I should have shorted it down here at 10.20 to ride this up. We'd already be up 80 cents or so on 100. You know, even 10.20 to 11.88. $88. Would have been up 80 something dollars already. See a break of pattern here on MSTR. Love to see this continue to sell off here. Looks like it's doing very well holding up with Bitcoin and QQQ overall. You know, that was a sell-off. We're going to probably see a nice push up potentially. Yeah, down 10. Down $10. Ooh. I was looking for that break of support. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here. Down 20 bucks already. Another drop. See how low it can go. Bitcoin selling off again a little bit here. There we go. MSTR with a big push. Very volatile for sure. Very volatile. Bitcoin selling off. Let's get another red candle. No. Just trying to break that pattern here. Can break that EMA, we're going to see some more selling pressure to the downside, possibly to this moving average. If it holds, we can see this begin to push up even higher than even 190. So here we go, Bitcoin. For another leg down potentially. There we go, MSTR. Yeah, I don't like the way this is looking. I'm gonna sell 50 shares right here. Just it's a little risky. I'd rather be down $10 than $100, right? And I could always get back in if it makes sense to me. Not really worried. It's just not going the way we want it to go right now. Very volatile. Again, I think the trade was right here from $10 to 11. You know, again, $100 because I could have got 100 shares. Even 50 shares, you know, being up $50. There we go. Are we going to get a break? See, BTC is almost back up where it was previously, and MSTR is not. MSTR pushed all the way up to 190. Now it's struggling to get back above 185, 184. See if we get to break a support. Almost. It almost wanted to. QQQ also trying to hold support around 617, but it's not really making any new highs either. Bitcoin pushing up. Yeah, we're gonna get out of this position. Oh wait, here we go. MSTR below that moving average. We're going to get our stop set at 1097. So the most we can lose on this is 1%, which is about 10 bucks. I'm comfortable losing 10 bucks. There we go. Look at that. Bitcoin back up to 96,800. MSTR is not back up to 190. We're down $8. I'm telling you, I'd rather be down $8 than, you know, $20 like we were just a minute ago. So not bad. Very simple day. We're going to go ahead and get rid of our one share because we do not need this anymore. Sell at market. There we go. We're down only $8. So not a very good trade, but we identified, hey, we're not going to hold this. We're not going to wish and hope. We were looking for that breakup pattern right here to the downside to get more potential selling pressure on MSTR. It didn't happen, so we got out. We're down $8. And I do not mind being down $8. And again, there's no information that's been released yet. Still no news yet. This is going to go even higher now. Actually, I'm going to leave it where it is, 96.8. QQQ looks like it did its selling pressure here, held at 617.25. It's now pushing up. Doesn't mean it has to continue pushing up, but it definitely can. And yeah, I'm happy with an $8 loss. You know, that's not bad at all. $8 is nothing. Again, I feel like I missed out on that trade. There's no point wishing and hoping and holding. Bitcoin up to 97,000. MSTR up to 186. And again, down $8 is nothing, guys. I wanted to buy here. I thought about buying here. Just, I don't know. I just didn't. I chose not to. But that would have been the little scalp trade move. 10.12 to 11.14 was $1 per share. Even if you didn't get a perfect entry, you know, maybe you got in at 10.25 even to 11, that's 80 cents a share, 7 or 8% profit. Beautiful move. I almost entered a short down here, decided not to. I wanted to get that breakup pattern here for another continuation up from $11 to potentially $11.90, 12. So that would have been another dollar per share. But again, not too bad. Controlling my risk, having, you know, close to 100 shares at 11.05. You know, we could have already been down significantly much more. We could have been down $30. So we did a great job by managing our risk. So be very cautious today. You know, we can get another short here on Bitcoin, but I just feel like it's a little bit too risky, especially with QQQ pushing up back to 621, breaking that structure of selling pressure here. Even on the 5-minute, we can see this touch, you know, 621.90, 622, and then sell off some more. We could see this run up to 624, right? It's been selling off for like basically 2 days, right? Pushed up to 629 yesterday. If we look at that, had a double top, pushed up to 629 twice on QQQ, sold off to 623, pushed up to 629 basically again, sold off to 623, and then went all the way down to 617. So we already saw quite a bit of selling pressure for the overall NASDAQ market. Now, is this going to begin to recover? Looks like it's holding very well above the moving average on that 4-hour time frame. It got below it, but so did it here, right? About a week ago. Huge red candle below moving average. Everyone thought it was going to really sell off back to 600. It found support at 610 and then pushed up all the way to 628 in 3 days. So we can get some more bullishness on this overall market because it is above that moving average now. And we can get some more selling pressure. So we're just going to be cautious today. Bitcoin curling over a little bit here on 97.7. MSTR still is not doing very well here though. MSTR still struggling to get higher. Bitcoin pushed higher. It's now up, it's now up even another $300, $200, and MSTR is not back up to 190 where it previously was. So we could have also did a better job holding this a little longer, selling 50 shares at 1094 and 40 shares at 1097. So it's literally right where we sold. But still looking for that breakup pattern. This still could pay off. And MSTR could still find support here and run up. So yeah, not bad. Not a bad trade at all. Lost a very small amount of $35 on MSTZ. Today we lost about 8, so not a huge deal today at all. Not a big deal at all, guys. And that's what happens too. I got in the trade just a little bit too late. But it's not like we lost hundreds of dollars. We didn't even lose $10, right? We lost $8. 1105 would have been my break even, so we're about to get back up to break even for the trade I took. But all this rejection, all this choppiness right here, I just didn't like it. Not saying that MSTR can't sell off, because that's what it's known for. It pumps up and then it sells off. And that looks like that's what it's going to do right here. It is going to find some selling pressure. We could see a nice run up to 1170 to retest this moving average now. As long as Bitcoin sells off. If it doesn't, it's just going to be a weird choppy day. MSTR is going to keep floating between this EMA. So yeah, not a bad trade today. Gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, talking with me a little bit. We had someone who was excited to be here. He went long on MSTR. So Andrew, are you still here? I'm curious. Did you take your $3 loss? Are you still in MSTR? Did you buy more? And if you don't want to let me know on this, then you could always hit me up in the Discord as well. I'll be there keeping you guys up to date on everything going on. We could always take another trade. Today I have my doctor's appointment with my wife and her foot from when she burned it on, was it Sunday? Saturday or Sunday? Oh, it was Sunday. So we do have a follow-up appointment with that today. But yeah, she's in a lot of pain, guys. Still no break of support, still holding very nicely. We could even see another run up. Bitcoin looks like it could push even higher. But if this breaks support, we Could see some nice selling pressure for MSTZ. Could get another nice entry up to that 1175 mark. All right. Well, with that said, I'm going to end the live stream here. Took a small loss today so far. May enter into another position, may not. But that's what's going on today. So, all right, guys, I appreciate your time. Remember to smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And remember, let's end the year on a green note. Later, team.